Hey everybody, welcome to 30 Days with Jake. If you like these videos, please hit that like. I'm doing this out of order. I will hopefully try and get you videos every Friday or Saturday, once a week. Well, I mean, Friday and Saturday is once a week. I will try and get you every Friday or Saturday, get a video uploaded so you can watch my journey. Hey guys, welcome to 30 Days with Jake. I'm Jake and this is my new challenge that I'm doing, and I'm doing it in unorthodoxly. Hit that like button, smash it. Comment down below, let me know what you think, what your thoughts are, what you're going through personally, what you would like to share, any questions you might like to ask, and subscribe if you haven't already so you can be notified every time I upload a video. As you can tell, I'm very tired right now, and I decided to take on this new challenge after my no cigarette challenge, my cigarette free challenge, and I ended that challenge really well. I think it was 16 days without cigarettes. That's just backstory right there into this whole YouTube video making experience with 30 Days with Jake, my channel. So I am in the process of joining the United States military, United States Armed Forces. Yes, so I decided to do this challenge where it's spiritual, mental, the spirit, mind, and body, right? So I was calling this before the Complete Being Challenge, and this is what I believe will make us better people, better human beings toward each other, towards ourselves, loving each other. Is that it all starts with what I've learned is it starts with the spirit, which feeds into the mind, which feeds into the body. So that's what I tried doing this whole 30 days, and now it's day, I should have looked it up, day 35. Wait, hold on. Okay, so I looked at my phone and saw when my first recorded message was, and it is day 35. So it's a 30-day challenge, and I am still recording after the 30 days. Today I did have an interview with my uncle for the physical part of the challenge. So again, these challenges, it's supposed to shock us every single day, doing these activities, doing these tasks where you're challenging yourself, and that's where we become better human beings, better people, living happier, healthier lives, right? So by challenging your body, whether it's with the dieting, you want to make little changes here and there, cut out certain foods that aren't helping you grow, and whatever you want as far as your body, whether you're an athlete, whether you're older and you want to preserve, you want to live a few more extra years, you want to look younger, be have more happiness and joy in your life, and exercising can do that. And challenging the mind, where you read your books, you do your puzzles, you memorize, you keep yourself young, keep your mind young, keep it working, keep it going, and with the spiritual challenge, whatever it is that you believe in, whether it's Buddhism or Hinduism, Zenism, is that a thing? Christianity, Islam, or Catholicism, what are the other ones? Whether you believe in Mormonism, that's not a thing, right?
No.
Whether you're a Mormon, Taoism, well, whatever it is that you believe in, as long as every single day you wake up and if you believe in nature, you're taking nature walks and stuff, feeling one with nature, feeling one with the world, with Mother Earth, whatever it is that you do, as long as you're challenging yourself, you're praying or meditating or doing whatever else so that you can exercise that spirit muscle. So that's what I tried doing, and boy, was I having a hard time just trying to get a lot of things done, and as far as work and as far as everything else in my life, and with my girlfriend, trying to spend time with her and with my dad. So I think I might have done too much. I might have taken on too much. But again, like I said, as long as you're doing a little bit, you challenge yourself just a little bit, go walking for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes every single day, go jogging or whatever it is that you want to do. To challenge yourself, that you can feel healthier. Because I can tell you that at this moment, even though I'm tired, I feel healthier. My lungs feel clearer, because I've been running and exercising and working out and haven't been smoking the cigarettes. And I do feel a difference. I feel a huge change, and I feel, you know, if you work on improv, if you do improv, that's such a great tool, such a great exercise for the mind. You know, keeps you sharp, keeps you moving quick with your thoughts. So I recommend that. Doing acting is great for your mental workout. You know, and the psychology behind it. You know, that's a whole separate topic. So yeah, I did an interview today with my uncle, and I'll be uploading it later tonight, hopefully. You know, so yeah, like this video, subscribe to it. So check it out, my uncle and my cousin being interviewed by me. Is there any way you'd like me to phrase any questions?
No.
To kind of provoke certain answers?
However you want to do it, bub. I mean, it's up to you.
Okay.
Don't bother me a bit. Okay.
See how the audio sounds. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Out here.
Testing. Is it on right now?
Yeah.
All right. What's going on?
This is Chino Hills?
That's Chino.
Chino.
Yeah. Chino. Like, as far as the confidence, is that what you want to talk about? What benefited me in my life was the confidence. Like I said, everybody's different. So for me, like I said, in high school, lifting, try to go to that powerlifting competition. I think that's what kind of motivated me. But anyways, confidence for me was working out. It's what made me who I am today. I feel like when I work out and stuff, it's I've always felt confident about myself. You know, it's like I don't know how to go. I mean, it's like I don't know. So when you go through life, you know, like I was telling you with my nephew Brian, it's how he was depressed, and that's how it made me, you know, confident wise, where working out, it made me talk to people better. You know what I mean? I was confident about it. And then, like with Brian, when he moved in with me, he was really depressed, and so for him working out and losing all that weight that he did, he was really confident. You know what I mean? Because he was so depressed. You know, seriously, when he came to live with me, he was really depressed. And then to me, after working out, having that confidence in his life, that's why he graduated college. He wrote me a big old thing. Might have been a couple months ago or a month ago even, about how what I did for him made him who he is today, and all it had to do was confidence. So to me, confidence is a big thing in lifting weights. So as far as working out wise, you're wanting to do you don't want to get big, but you just want to get lean. So it has a lot to do with a lot of reps. To get big, it's just lifting heavy. And then also I found like the key things you need to learn is your carbs, protein, and fats. So your calories in your proteins and carbs. So your carbs, you got your good fats and your bad fats, and so that's why I say find some links about carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, so you'll understand it better, and it'll tell you how the best carbs to have for your energy. Because what happens, you got carbs, you got saturated, unsaturated, you got carbs that give you energy. You know what I mean? And one of them turns into sugar, and the other one turns into your proteins turn into amino acids. Okay, so different stuff does different things. And as far as foods, that goes hand in hand working out. You know, and I'm pretty sure you know what foods to eat. I mean, I know James and you guys.
I mean, like, kind of,
you know not. But to learn the different foods to eat, because like I told you, oatmeal, you can eat a small oatmeal and that'll keep you full longer. You know what I mean? So you don't need as much. But if you're working out, you need to eat probably like 5 times a day, but it's got to be small amounts. For example, my morning, when I used to work out all the time, my morning was either 4 eggs in a small bowl of oatmeal, or 2 eggs in a small bowl of oatmeal, or I ate 4 eggs. And I love potatoes, dude. I wasn't there trying to get a 6-pack or anything like that, but I mean, I looked really good. I mean, I got pretty big, and So I love my potatoes, and that's not good for you if you're trying to lose weight. And then at around 9 o'clock, because this is like at 6 in the morning, around 9 o'clock, I'll have like a little bit of fruit or like nuts. Like for example, the really good fats and it's got energy is raw almonds.
Wow.
If you get hungry through the day, that's just a good thing to eat, like a small handful. Take that hunger away and and it's got good fats, and it's really good for your nerves. For example, my eye, as I get older, or say I'm out not eating right, and then all of a sudden my nerves start twitching on my eye. I come to find out it's eating good or healthy fats like nuts helps your nerve system. So when I started eating the nuts, it went away. And every once in a while I'll have that, so I'll go back to my raw almonds and stuff, and it goes away. So my lunch would be like a small piece of chicken and a few vegetables, and then about 3 o'clock I'd do a yogurt or some more nuts or fruit, and then I do my dinner at 6. And then before I go to bed, I have to take protein. I mean peanut butter, a spoonful.
Okay.
A spoonful of protein is a slow digesting. It's slow digesting protein where it feeds you through the night. Your body won't starve, because I work out at night, and so my body's starving at night, and so even though I don't feel it, but it's a slow protein. And like I said, once you start ripping, you got these mini scars, it starts filling it up. But so you want to learn the different workouts?
Yeah. Hey everybody, I'm out here with my Uncle Isaac on location, on the job here in Chino, where he works as
I'm a superintendent for a construction outfit, do storm drain, sewer, and water.
And I asked him to do an interview. As you can see, he's a pretty built guy.
I still got a little muscle left, but gaining some weight. But anyway.
Well, you said you hadn't really done serious.
No, and I still. And the thing of it is when you build muscle, and if you keep it working out, and you get to my age, your muscle actually stays. You know, I mean, it'll gradually, but when you work out at 50, it's harder to build muscle because you got to be. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's why I still got some. You know what I mean? And I ain't that strong, but I still got muscle.
Yeah.
But anyways.
And I wanted to go over some of your history with training, working out, the different styles and different diet, nutritions you've done all your life. I know you did wrestling in high school.
Yes.
Right? What was that like as far as, well, not just with wrestling, but just growing up and just learning as you go with working out and training the different muscles for different sports or lifting, like how that has affected you with the rest of your life as laying a foundation?
Yeah, as far as the foundation, wrestling for me was a key between sports and lifting weights. I had to lift weights to wrestle, but at the same time too, I had to lose weight too. But in off season, wrestling, I think, has always stuck with me in life as far as like Andrew, trying to help him, learn different moves. It still sticks with you, and so I got to play with Andrew that way and show him wrestling moves as he grew older. But the lifting part is what made me who I am today, because the confidence that I built inside of me from high school even till today, even though I don't lift much, but it's I still got that drive that if I go back to the gym, it's like my second home. I'll get right back into it. But it has changed my life dramatically, the confidence part of it.
Confidence. I know you did mention that earlier. Oh, well, okay, so I told you I'm doing this. This is a challenge to where I've been challenging my mental, physical, and spiritual parts of my life. And I'm doing this to anybody watching. They can see these videos, and whatever they're in, depression or whatever's going on in their life that they see is not working out, and they don't see a way out. I feel that these challenges are what's important, especially starting out our day, starting out our week, starting out our month, just to get us focused, just to get us give us more energy. I've noticed through this challenge that as I've been working out and as I've been doing my reading and just reading the Bible and praying, that I felt more peace. I felt more energy. And I did mention earlier about the quitting cigarettes. So, I mean, that right there, that's been changing me throughout this journey. And I wanted to talk to you about the physical aspect of it, as far as you know, challenging yourself every day in whatever way. If people want to be a bodybuilder, people want to be just, they're 70 years old, they're grandparents, they want to just be more fit, be able to live a few more years longer, or they're younger, they're training out, they want to know the ins and outs of techniques. And you were mentioned earlier with you know, training safely.
Yeah.
And so that's very important. Anybody starting out, or you know, they're older and they don't know where to start. Like, they have to really get some outside help, right? That
Yeah.
go to the doctor and see, instead of just going full out. Just if they've never worked out before and just start lifting heavy.
It's a big learning experience, because that's where I think a lot of people learn their own experience by their mistakes. And so for me, I've learned through a lot of mistakes. Like I told you, I hurt my rotator cuff when I was 38, by not doing it right, and then learning all the different techniques, or not so much techniques, but the intakes of your foods. When I went to college, I didn't know all that, you know, like all your protein stuff. But yeah, definitely, you got to take it. Got to know what you're doing, because a lot of stuff online too. I mean, they'll tell you, but who do you know is right? There's so much stuff out there. I mean, it's really hard unless you pay somebody, a trainer that knows what they're doing. But other than that, it's hard, you know, to learn on your own unless you have advice from somebody. But yeah.
And that's why I got you.
Right.
That's why I got you. I know you, my dad, Uncle David, you guys just, I mean, physical monsters, beasts, you know, sports, and just physically, you know, it's been very inspirational, motivational for me to look up to you guys.
Yeah.
With how you guys have transformed your lives at different times, and just physically, and because I know I've throughout the years, like, we worked out a couple times, and Andrew, your son, my cousin, he I remember him and I, we worked out in Texas a couple times at that gym. I don't know if it was LA Fitness.
Yeah, LA Fitness, I think. Pretty sure we were there. Or Gold's Gym, I think. I can't remember.
I think it was Gold's Gym.
Because it was 24-hour, then Gold's, then LA, and I think when you were there it was Gold's.
And that was, I mean, Andrew is a beast. Andrew, he's physically just, I mean, tall and and just muscular, and
if you work out all the time, you can get right back to where you are, you know. So, anyways.
Yeah, I'm no, you know, I'm no, you know, with the research and stuff, but I kind of had an idea too, and I didn't know if it was, you know, because everyone always goes about 100% the genes, right? It's like, oh, I'm this way because of my genes, 100%, I can't change it at all. And we were talking earlier, and you mentioned, you know, with certain body types, if you know, because of genes, you'd have to work out certain muscles harder or lesser,
Yes.
right?
Yes, for example, like for me, when I work out, I've got to work out my legs twice as hard to match my body. A buddy of mine in high school that graduated, same with him, he had big arms but no chest, and he would just his arms just naturally built. And like you, your legs you don't even have to work out. You just go run, your legs start building like your dad. And then I'm opposite your dad. I mean, for me, it's my upper body that just builds really quick, and so it's that way. You just got to find a way to even everything out.
Yeah.
So.
And that's why I mention is because you got a lot of people coming up with excuses, right? And they say, oh, I can't do this or do that because of my genes, my body type, and
It's called laziness.
It's called laziness,
It
right?
is. It really is. I've been doing this all my life, dude, and I see a lot of guys at the gym, they got bony legs and they don't want to work them out because it's just easier if you're working your upper body and you see changes rapidly. It's just, and then pretty soon becoming a routine, that's all you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, and to me, that's laziness.
Yeah.
So.
You want to come say hi? I have you, I'll have you over here in the middle.
see, I'll scoot my way a little bit because I think I can.
When'd you get this?
I've had the camera for like 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
And I got all the little stuff in the last couple months. So hey guys, this is Andrew. This is my cousin. This is my uncle's son. As you can see, we were talking about him earlier.
I don't know if you guys are talking about my muscles.
Physical.
Good thing built. I sure don't get that from this guy. Oh wait. Oh, you know, I could probably take you in arm wrestling right now.
Yeah, we arm wrestled, what, 2-3 weeks ago? I still took him
No,
down.
he took me down hard actually. Then I put my left arm up, and then he didn't have nothing else to say.
So yeah, we're just talking about. I think I mentioned earlier, right? So it's like the challenges, challenging yourself every single day, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and with your dad here talking about the physical aspect of challenging yourself in your life and the benefits of that, as far as wanting to build muscle or lose fat or be more active, more energy for the different sports that people do, or just to be you don't want to work out your muscles, but do some walking or running or something to stay fit, stay conditioned. Do you have anything you can say before you on your 15 or you on your 15 or you just
On my 15?
yeah on your
15-minute break.
Oh, what were you talking about?
what well because you came in for a little cameo, a little
Oh, I'm on my
snippet of Andrew.
I'm on my 10 then. Okay, hold on now.
Would there be anything, and I'm asking you the same thing, Uncle.
Yeah.
But would there be anything that you can tell these guys out here, as far as anyone who wants to live healthier, physically, from your experiences? Because I mean, as people can see, you're pretty built. You said you haven't worked out in a while, but we talked about how even after you stop working out, that your body kind of stays the same, and then if you start working out again, that's where you kind of get back to your old state,
Like
your old
your
physical
muscle memory.
Well,
muscle memory.
Yeah, muscle memory.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you do shrink, but you'll build that up really quick.
and your strength
Really,
as well.
especially my strength. Because for me, if I go start working out today, and I start working out, say my dumbbells, I'm doing 35 curls, right? That's all I could do. Next week it's going to go up 40. Next week's going to go 45, and in about 2 weeks it'll be at 50.
Yeah.
And I left off, I think, at 55, and that's how fast your strength goes. Now, as far as building your muscle, your memory muscle, it does add up pretty quick. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, you'll start to get big quick. But
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. Working out ever since I was probably a little chunky guy. I had little man titties. I remember this one time. I was walking in a Walmart. Pops was with me. He came home early. So he came this time, and I was getting a little chunky. I didn't work out yet, and I had little man boobs, little pointy boobs, And he told me I needed to start doing something about my boobs, and Mom told him to shut up, like don't talk about it like that. And that actually kind of got me thinking, like, because I always cared what he thought. Like he was the guy that I always.
well, because the reason why is I've already lived my life, right? So I know what confidence does to people. I know how confidence did with me, because when I go around anywhere, dude, I don't care what people think of me, because I look good. Everybody's looking at me. When I'm muscular, dude, I'm walking down, the chicks, everybody's staring at me. Latha's there. She's saying, oh man, she's like checking you out or whatever. So for me, it's confidence. And so for him, if I don't say anything to him, I mean, it wasn't a bad way, because I love him no matter what.
Now I know.
But but for him to work out and lose his fat, he would be so confident wherever he's at.
Yeah.
Because like I told you, Brian was 250 and he was depressed, quit school, and then all of a sudden when he started working out with me, I told him, you got to work out if you're going to live with me, go to school. He lost all that weight. He was down to 190 or 95, bringing girls with you over.
That's
your
where his
girlfriend.
confidence is.
He was shot straight up, and then like I said, he graduated, and he's really confident right today, even though he gained some weight.
Well, actually, he's like the most confident dude. Like
He is.
maybe
He's like-
overconfident,
Because just
but
because of that little simple thing, and it's not for everybody. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like
it definitely changed me.
It changes a person's life. You know what I mean? Working out does. Besides that, at my age right now, like if you work out, you got to work your stomach and back if you have back problems.
Yeah.
Now for me, my back's been sore a lot, and I've dealt with it through the years. But when I work out my back and my stomach, I don't have an issue whatsoever. I never have it. It goes away, and you got to work both, because when you're bending over, and you're coming up, both muscles got to work together. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, so I was probably maybe like 14, 15 whenever that happened.
I still remember. You want me to put up a picture of how you used to look?
No, please don't. But Pops put it, or he had his old weights and he put it in the office for me. And I remember I was in there every day, just trying to do my thing. Some days I got caught right here where I had to push the bar over and just to get back up, thinking I'm about to kill myself. But day after day, I kept seeing results, and I kept feeling more confident, more strong, more like.
Then he had his
steps,
growth spurt, which everybody has a growth spurt. So he got thin just by his growth spurt alone, because he grew. I mean, he was a little chunky guy, and pretty soon he's like that tall,
Yeah.
And then, but I wouldn't really let him work hard at all. In fact, I don't think I'd let him go to the gym with me until he was 15, because I don't think your body changes when you're young, and I've always heard the effects are not great to have kids lifting, trying to build muscle when they're really young.
Yeah.
So for me, that was
One thing I can tell you though, after working out that amount of time, and then coming to work construction, and then going to the gym when I first got here and stuff, and then laying off, doing my own little thing, then going back to the gym, and then after going a week to the gym, then hopping in the ditch, like I felt so strong. Like
you
I
got
kept
so
wanting
much
to go.
energy.
Like before, it would just been like I've been so tired, like I don't want to do it. But after I actually get that week in the gym, it's like I can do it so hard.
It gives you that extra
so
pep.
I don't know. It is.
It puts that pep in your step, is what it really does. Because if you eat right, your body's aligned. Like if you eat like I was telling you. Because for me, I feel so good. I get on my truck, I walk fast, I can do whatever. I can jump off and off that excavator, on and off, and go shovel. I feel good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's what working out and eating right does to me.
Yeah,
if
eating
you
right
do that
definitely
every day, well, weekly, depends how you want to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, best time I ever had, feeling good, and actually going out and doing stuff, even looking at life at different things, is whenever I was healthy and my body was working right, my mind was working right, not drinking, not smoking cigarettes, not, actually sober and doing this. The best time in my whole entire life is when I gave it all away and, started a relationship with God, and then all of a sudden, not only, I didn't even really want to work it, I just kind of want to do everything more spiritually so I can get closer to Him. That's time, I've been trying to get back there too. It's hard,
That's what I had mentioned too, is that I've learned in the last couple months, last couple weeks, is that the spirit feeds the mind, and that feeds the body.
Yeah.
So it's like for most people, they just feed the mind, and that feeds the body. Or people just feed the body.
Yeah.
They just feed the body.
And that's the thing, though, when you talk about spiritual, because for me, even in high school, is probably when I really got into church really heavy, where I was praying every day and reading the Bible, fasting. And I think I was when I met your mom, my senior year in high school, and it was my biggest thing. I quit wrestling because of church. And so for me, when you really get into it, it doesn't have nothing to do with wrestling. You can go wrestle and go to church, but your mind starts changing if you really read the Word of God. You get so focused, your whole life will change. So for me, working out and to try to be super spiritual, it's hard. There's so much temptation in the gym. Besides that, like I told you, you got to fast, you got to pray, and so fasting doesn't work out with working out. Because you're trying to, when you're working out, you got to build muscle. Right. And once you start seeing you grow, and then it's harder to fast. You know what I mean? So there's like a contradiction, but at the same time, if you're just not want to get big but to stay in shape, that's different. You know what I mean? But to get big, if you want to be a bodybuilder, it's hard to, you can't fast it. You go to church and fast and be a bodybuilder. It's just,
See, when I was 15, like my whole mindset was keep working out. Like, I'm going to be stronger. I want to get bigger. I still want to be bigger. Okay, I look good. I still want to be bigger, and all this stuff. But once I started, getting this relationship with God, that I felt like I was spending too much time focusing on me, that it was wasting all the time that I wanted to do. Wanted this relationship. So that was kind of one of the things he was talking to me too about that before. Like, he's been in that situation where the gym was just kind of, it's nice to be healthy and stuff and work out. It definitely is a good thing to do, but keep your mind in that mindset. It's not what was important at the time for me.
Exactly. If you really want to be,
there's not balancing.
Yeah. If you really want to be a really dedicated to God, hardcore spiritual, like I said, it's hard to go, but you go to the gym all the time. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
You can go work out, get big too.
That's just how my head was. Yeah.
You got to find a point to fast, because I believe fasting and prayer is the key.
Yeah.
into spirituality. You know, like my dad used to fast all the time. He'd fast 7 days a week over in Idaho up in the mountains. And then when he preached, James was telling me he was on fire. He was like, he'd come up there in one of the churches in Dallas or in Texas. He gets up there, he's just supposed to say a few words, that's it. But he's such on fire because he's always fasting and prayer that he just started going and they let him talk.
That's awesome.
So you know what I mean?
That's so awesome.
If you're really going to serve God and do it, either go all the way or just it's hard, you know.
And that's how I've been learning. It's like I got to be here or I got to be here. Like even the little stuff, I can't include it into, you know, my main path that I want. You know, I don't know. It's definitely been difficult. Definitely been a learning type experience. I think he's just trying to teach me some things still. Definitely always teaching me things, but I don't know. I gotta figure out something.
Got a whole lot to learn.
A whole lot to learn, yeah.
Is there anything that you would want to tell anybody out there as far as your experience with the benefits? What the advice that you would have to give them if they're struggling with certain deficiencies or that, you know, it's like, oh, they can't work out this muscle, they can't lose weight. Anything that you would want to say from your experience?
I can only say something off of my own experiences.
For me, it's like get off the couch and stop being damn lazy. It's true.
Metabolism.
Because
I felt like my metabolism definitely boosted up after. But I can't say if that would be the same if I would have jumped in it today from when I was 15 or how that would work.
But you literally got people that are struggling with weight because their metabolism is really slow.
Yeah.
And you got them people, doesn't matter, they buy into the false diets. So for me, it's research and stick with it, because I don't care if your metabolism is slow or not, you can do it. It's just you're gonna have to work harder for it. And most people are lazy about it, you know what I mean?
Dieting with the way your muscles work, with working out, with your strength, everything, dieting. I learned that from the 5, 6 years after I worked out, you know, because I always just want to put anything in my mouth just so I can get more thick, you know. But whenever I learned dieting, I was dieting for a while I was working out, and just my muscles would grow, my strength would be good, my mind was good. Waking up in the morning, I was so, you know, happy and energetic, ready for life, you know. And just dieting, like my mom is so good with organic diet, you know, organic stuff, like eating healthy. She was so good with it, dude. And she always taught me that, and I'm trying to teach Sanjel this too. And now I'm not on it. Like I just got a burger just now. So extra onions, yeah.
But no, I do remember when I stayed over there for that month over in Texas, and it was a lot of healthy food.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, I think you were making food, your mom was making food, and it was just, it's an art. Food is an art, and definitely doing the research to seeing the intake when we were talking about.
Yeah, because it's proteins and carbohydrates. Okay, so like I said, proteins, if I remember correct, when it goes in your body, it turns into your amino acids. You got two different carbs. One of them produces sugars, which gives you the energy. And I'd have to go research, it's been so while, but you got your two carbs, or two different kinds. But yeah, it's if you can figure out that'll tell you what you can eat, because then you can look at your food and say what kind of carbohydrates does that have, you know what I mean? Is that going to be my good carbs or my bad carbs? And you got bad carbs, you got good carbs.
Yeah, he's smart about that.
And then your protein intake, like I told you can only handle, and everybody's different. So when I went to college, it was 30 grams per feeding. Like I told you, you can eat 5 times a day, stick with 30 grams. But some guys, if they're lifting really hard, getting really big, they'll take a little more. But what happens is whatever your body can't produce, if you go overboard, it goes to your kidneys, and then you start destroying your kidneys. And if you're doing it on a regular basis, it's not good for you at all. So you gotta watch out. And a lot of the proteins, like I said, is not filtered right. So when you take the shakes, those are the worst for you. I would get my proteins out of foods. But when I work out, I'll buy good protein, and I would do it after I work out, a shake one. But I'd also put fruit in there, strawberries, blueberries, and a little spoon of peanut butter. All that is so good for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, recently before you gave me that one that we went to Costco, that the one that you looked at, that one, I was getting a organic, all natural one that was supposed to be vegan, but they had one for somebody who's trying to build mass. And I don't know nothing about proteins, but I thought that would probably be a lot better than me from all this other junk that he always tells me that either wasting away or just what's coming in my body. Just, I don't know what chunk it, like I'm not knowledgeable in this at all. But oh man, I even just taking that after work, I was still seeing a lot of improvement just in that little healthy, feeling good while I was eating healthy type way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say something just now, but definitely forgot. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
If you're gonna see this, Mom, I love you.
I'm gonna put this on, well, YouTube and then Facebook. So all you guys as friends, if you want me to tag you, they'll all see this.
Don't bother me with that.
I wanted to say, okay, this is what I was gonna say. The Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Listen up now. Hold on, actually, give him the eyebrow, dog. I know you got the eyebrow. Give me it. I know you got it. Yeah, there it is. I might actually
do the other
rename
eyebrow.
that the Jacob Mondragon. No, I don't know if I seen it from a movie or something. I wanted to ask you about it. So you know, he always ate before he worked out all these carbohydrates, so his body would be fueled and his muscle would be fueled, so he wouldn't be wasting the muscle or overexerting it, where you know you'd shrink up. So he would always like big old plate of spaghetti, blah 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 blah, and then he'll eat his protein salad, chicken light after working out. Like,
So
how does that?
Okay,
is
so
that-
so it's, for example, if you're out there wanting to do bodybuilding stuff, it's like you're not sitting there trying to get low body fat before a competition. So you're out there, you're trying to gain the weight, so you're eating more. Once you go a competition, then you shrink down. You start eating small foods. You shred up real quick. You know what I mean? That's all
I definitely didn't get it from my family because I got some little baby ones, but they're
see,
still kicking.
That's what I was telling him. It's like James and him can just go run and their calves get built up.
Yeah.
Now my upper body, I can get big fast. My legs, I got to work out a lot harder.
Yeah.
And everybody's different. Like I was telling him, one of my good friends in high school, he's just a friend, but he had big arms all the time, hardly ever lift. I mean, but no chest.
Yeah.
And so everybody's different. You just
Yeah.
gotta.
See, I was working out all the time whenever I was doing valet. I worked valet probably till 11 o'clock, till 1 o'clock at night. And I'll go to the gym after that. And I would always do, but I was always running for a year straight, all day long. And then before I would work, I would go up in the hills and run, you know, hills, like run these little, I wouldn't call it a mountain, but you know, it's good, nice hills to run.
Didn't we go through some trail at one
I
time?
think, were you with me? You might have been.
Is it you, me, and then
Was it in Texas?
I remember running with you somewhere. I remember running.
That'd
with
probably been Texas.
It might have been Texas. But those trails, oh, there's, yeah, yeah. But I would do that all the time, but just to build my legs. But my legs have always been like, you know, gradually get bigger, but they've never been freaking the Hulk Johnson or whatever you call his name.
The Hulk Johnson.
They've never been your legs, dog. I should say Jacob Mondragon's legs. But yeah, no, mine's always been real skinny. Pops has been
Same thing. Me and him got the same thing, but like I said, I have to work out. But not only that, like for me, when I'm doing leg presses, I was doing 11 on each side. You know what I mean? That's a lot of weight. That's
He's got
what,
some
over
strong legs.
11 or over 1,000 pounds. You know, and so, but I have to work my legs out a lot harder, and you got to stick with it. But it's
I
just
think
the way it
that's
goes.
that's how my legs are too.
And I know there's a technique that I've read on. I don't know, but where it's what's it called, with your muscle, you're doing, you know, certain workouts a day, and the next day or the next couple of days you're tricking them, right?
Yeah, you shock them. So you go in there, and it's different workouts too. So for example, you go in there and do your one muscle or your whole muscle group in 1 week, different days. You go over there and do them twice. You know, maybe in a month, 1 week you go in there and just go twice 1 week, just shred it. But you got to take like a week or two off when you do it. You know what I mean? Because your body needs to recoup. Your body needs to recoup 48 hours, I think, or something like that. If you're doing steroids, you can go back to the gym and get right back on it. Within 12 hours, your body's fine. I mean, your muscles are fine.
And one thing I have noticed is that I always used to work out all the time. 5 days a week, 6 days a week is what I always did. I always just wanted to work out all the time.
Stay away from steroids.
He told me to take a break all the time. And I knew I needed to take a break so my muscles can recuperate. And so I think the time that I kind of learned that is whenever I took a break, but I didn't, it was just me not wanting to take a break. I just did my own thing and whatever.
That's
and then I come back to it, and all of a sudden, once I start working out for that week, like my muscles just like, I just feel like a lot more replenished, like a lot stronger and everything.
Well, that's because
however that works.
That's because your muscle, you're letting them build and recuperate. So, so that's why I say when you take your protein after you work out, it goes in there like you got your microscopic tears. If you're doing a bodybuilder's style, getting muscle, I said you get your microscopic tears in there, and that goes in there, starts filling them in. You got to let your muscles recoup, and then you go back at it again, and that's how that works. But. Makes me want to go to the gym now.
You better not. You better not. If there was racquetball, if there was basketball, if there was even a bench press, you'd lose. You would lose, son.
I would right now, probably. But not arm wrestling.
You may be a Mondragon, but so am I in mine. Josh, if you're watching this, you're at home, dog. Sit at home.
Yeah, he'll probably be
but I love
this. Yeah, we love you.
Love you mucho.
Love you guys in Idaho.
Oh yeah.
Love all you guys.
And any other shout outs you guys want to give?
Grandma, man, I haven't called you in a long time.
Wait, this is our grandma?
Yeah, Grandma Mary.
She's not gonna be.
We're gonna send her a personal video.
Send her a video.
And I love you, Grandma. I'm sorry. I know you keep chewing my booty out every time you calling me. But
I haven't called in a while too.
Yeah, Josh actually messaged me on Facebook and told me, I told Grandma you're gonna call her today, so you better. And it was in my mind to call her that day, and I never called her that day. And the next day came, I'm like, shh. But I didn't even call her that day either. It's like, oh, sorry, Grandma.
I think that's just a grandkid thing. Because I don't do the same thing with my other grandma. She's close.
Yeah.
She's closer here.
Even with family, like you're here too, or even mom at home. Like I don't know. I just don't really contact anybody. All I think about is work. I go home and I take care of the girls and St. Jill.
And that's what happens when you spread out. Like all my brothers, we all went separate ways, and you got people that all their families stick in one area, and so they were close knit families. So we're all scattered. So it's just hard to. And then you start living your life, and it's like you don't start calling, and it's just.
It's more of a bummer for Grandma though, because oh man,
I'd love to move over there someday. Striker Rich.
Striker Rich, make your own.
Digging all these holes, man. One day get a treasure chest. Oh, something.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Pirates came back here back in the day.
Yeah. Man, in your case, it was a butt pirate.
Oh man, I can still get my knee up there, up and down.
I know that's what I'm trying to do. Work on flexibility.
Yeah. That's big key.
Another key thing too. One thing I learned is because I've always stretched before I worked out, and that's a no-no. You hurt yourself because you got to warm up. So stretching is afterwards. Okay. So you never want to stretch. You want to go over there and just lift light, warm your muscles up, and then stretch after. Because I've always stretched my chest before I do my bench press and stuff, and that was one of the things I've learned in college was that's a no-no.
That's what he taught me, and that's what even people I work out with, they always want to stretch before. I'm like, no, let's do just like a nice little quick warm-up before we actually get into it, then we'll stretch after.
Yeah, because you got to warm the muscles up before you hit them hard, and then after you're done working out, get over there and get on the mat and just start doing stretches, because your arms get super tight. They bulk up, and that's what I'm saying. You get your microscopic scares because your muscles are expanding, and so you go over there and stretch, after, but.
Okay, let's say that like because there's all different kinds of workouts, right? You can do chest and shoulders, and then back and buys, or right. So let's say someone's doing like chest and triceps and shoulders, right? A push day. So with the whole warming up, right? Would that be a warm up before each workout?
Well, okay, so yeah, you want to warm up before each workout, especially you start getting older. You start getting more injuries because you want to warm up your muscles for each exercise. And so for my bench, I do like, for example, I was working out with 300 on my bench, right? So I'd warm up with
I don't know why we got this guy.
145, you know, just warm up. Like I do 20 times, I'll put a little more, do a few more, then I'm gonna lift heavy and hard, you know what I mean? But always try to, I mean, you get older, you wanna do it for each group.
I'll let you get hard.
Yeah.
We got Jason here.
Jason Schaff. You can wave at the
Say
camera.
hi.
This is going on pretty soon.
Talk in your natural voice.
Hi.
Hi there, how you doing? Saturday?
I never heard
Doing
you talk
good
like
work?
that before.
Yeah, talk
Good job.
right.
Talk right,
Well,
okay.
you're still not talking right. Get your high voice.
Hi there.
There you go.
How you doing?
Yeah, it's Jason Schaff. Welcome
Today's
to America.
Saturday. Working hard. Doing a good job. Keep it strong. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends what you want. I mean, it's like to work out, just don't go overboard. You know what I mean? Because you ain't gonna. For example, with him,
Yeah,
one thing I've
exactly.
noticed
That's
for
a good
him,
one.
his metabolism is pretty strong, and so for me, mine is a little slower. It used to be a lot. You know, I used to lose weight just like that. So for him, all the hard working out he was doing when he was in high school, like his senior year, then when he was 19, he was working out hard. We'd work out together a lot, but he wasn't bulking up.
But
Yeah,
I would get stronger,
No.
but I wouldn't see
Because
the
he's not
size.
eating enough.
And that's what I would eat a lot.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're still not eating enough. When you're young like that, your metabolism is bad. Because when,
Hold on, dog.
when you start doing that weight gainer or whatever you're doing to add that
Oh man, I was doing weight gainer, protein mask, just eating all the time, dude. But it's literally just me going to the gym 6 days a week. Just I don't know. I think I got.
But
I got to figure out like.
But not only that, maybe it was you were working out too much to let your muscles relax because
I would usually work out probably an hour and a half a day. I would go running every day.
and see that's the thing though you gotta
Running would be a big.
you gotta do your cardio.
That's when I learned after, because I always did cardio before I did.
Because your muscles are
And
starving, and
I mean,
when you're
after-
running, all your stuff's going. You know, I mean, otherwise you need to probably eat a lot or.
But it was just because I liked to whoop your butt when we played
Racquetball?
Racquetball all the time, though.
Yeah, you did all right.
And then I had to go in there and I had to show you how to lift. That's all it was. And then before you knew it, I was beating you arm wrestling.
No.
And then you're wondering why my size wasn't there, but it didn't even need to be my size, dog. It's all my strength.
I think the only time you beat me arm wrestling, I wasn't lifting for a while.
You want to tell Jacob when I actually beat you in wrestling though?
Wrestling?
You got real mad at me.
I was letting you, dude.
No.
Dude, I could have took you down so easy. You don't really understand that. Even right now, I can take you down really
This
easy.
is old
No.
all timers or old timers. I can't remember what the name is. No, he's just an old timer. I'm kidding.
No,
Everything I've ever learned from him is everything I've ever learned from him. Work-wise, construction, working out. Mom was pretty much the healthy side, but he taught me all like the working out, healthy stuff. And I'm looking at these guys over here, and man, they're not even working.
I gotta go. I gotta get everybody out of here.
Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, put them down below. Like this video. If you have any comments about who I brought on today, you want to ask them any questions, put that down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a good day.
Ciao.
Good meeting you.
So if you enjoyed watching these videos, please hit that like button, smash it. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Enjoy. What was
So you can transition into the interview.
transition? Fade out.